Okay, guys, we're going to talk about surface area of rectangular pyramids today. This is very similar to what we did with prisms. We're going to find the wrapping paper, but instead of having so many rectangles, we're going to have more triangles today because pyramids come up to the top in triangles. So you're going to have more triangles today. So just be careful with your area formulas. Okay, you can still use a net. And actually, the nets don't bother me as much with pyramids because they make a lot of sense to me. On a square pyramid, all of the triangles will be the same. If it's a rectangle, the two sides will be different than the two sides, so just be a little careful here. So for this particular one, if we drop down those triangles, you still have 4 and 4 around the square, but the height of the triangle, this is called the slant height, that would be 6 centimeters. Okay, so if we're going to find the actual surface area, let's see what we can do. So what would be the area of the square? That's base times height, which is 64. Then I have 4 triangles around the side. The base of the triangle, because it's base times height divided by 2, is 8. The height is 8 divided by 2. That's 64 divided by 2, which is 32. But that's just for one triangle. There are 4 of them. So what do we have? We have 64 for the base, and then we have 4 times 32, or you could just add around if you wanted to do it that way, and you will get 192 meters squared. Okay, so Lorena is making a model out of a square pyramid out of cardboard. The model is going to have these dimensions. How much cardboard is she going to need? So that's just asking you for the surface area. So they went ahead and unfolded it for you. And once again, you have 8 times 8 here on the bottom. So that's 64. This is kind of writing for me. Okay, so you have that triangle here. The base of the triangle is 8 and the height is going to be 5. So we're going to take 8 times 5 divided by 2. That's 40 divided by 2, which is 20. So this triangle is 20, but all of the triangles are 20. So you have 20 times 4, which is 80, because there's 4 triangles. And then you're going to add to it the 64, and you're going to get 144 inches squared, because we're talking about area, which is inches squared. Now, Raul is making wrapping a gift. I guess it's a weird looking gift. And he's going to try to wrap it up perfectly with wrapping paper. So very same thing. 2 times 2 is 4. You have a bigger triangle this time. It was a really bad picture. The base is 2. What is the height? That slant height is 5. 2 times 5 divided by 2, because it's base times height divided by 2, is 5. So each one of these triangles is 5. There are 4 of them. So 5 times 4 is 20. 20 plus the base, which is 4, is 24 square feet. When you have a rectangular pyramid, not all the triangles are going to be the same, but the opposite triangles will be the same. So the slant height on the one with the 2 has a slant height of 5. The slant height with the one with the 6 as the base is going to have a 4.1. So when we find the surface area of this, you'll find the area of the rectangle in the middle, which is 12. And then you're going to have 2 triangles that look like this with a 2 and a 5. And then you're going to have 2 that look like this with the 4, with a 6 and a 4.1. So you can do base times height, divide by 2. And that gives me, for the ones with the 5, that gives me 10 divided by 2, which is 5 for these guys. But on this one, I'll have 6 times 4.1 divided by 2. And 6 times 4.1 is 24.6 divided by 2 is 12.3. So the one on the left and right are 12.3. You'll add them together. So you'll have 2 times the 12.3, or you could just add it twice, if you'd rather just add it twice, plus 2 times the 5, which is just 10, plus the base, don't forget, which is 12. So 2 times 12.3, that's 24.6, plus 10, plus 12. And you're looking at 46.6 inches squared. Here is another one. What one goes with the 5.3 height? Well, the 5.3 height is giving me 6. So the space is 6, which means 6 is also C. B is the shorter side. That's going to be the 2. And what is the height connecting with the 2? That is going to be the 6. All you have to do is find the missing pieces on that one. Now let's find the actual surface area. Is that the same one I just did? 6 and 2. Yeah, we already did this one. So we don't need to do this problem because I just did it. Let's do a new one for Henrique. That's a fun name. All right, so let's find the base first. 10 times 4 is 40. Now let's do the two triangles on the left and right. The base is 4, and the height is 13.6. So you have base times height, divide by 2. 4 times 13.6, divide by 2. I'm typing that in my calculator, and I get 27.2 for this guy. But you know that this guy over here is also 27.2. Now we just need to do the top and bottom. The bottom base is 10. I get that from this bottom over here. The height is 5. Base times height, divide by 2. 10 times 5 divided by 2 is 50 divided by 2, which is 25 for the top and bottom. Add them all up. 2 times 27.2 plus 2 times 25 plus 40 for the bottom. So 2 times 27.2 plus 50 plus 40, type it in your calculator and you get 144.4 inches squared. Let's find just the missing numbers this time. Okay, so the longer side is an 8. And what height connects with the 8? That's a 3.6. On the smaller side, the base is 4. And what height connects with that? That is 5. So let's find the surface area. First, find the bottom. The base is 8 times 4, which is 32. Then for this triangle here, we'll have base times height, divide by 2, which is 8 times 3.6, divide by 2. I'm getting 14.4, but we know that's the same as the bottom. Now to find the ones on the left and right, it's also base times height, divide by 2. That's 4 times 5 divided by 2. 20 divided by 2 is 10, and you have 10 here as well. So for the whole surface area, you have 2 times 10 plus 2 times 14.4, because there are 2 of them, plus the bottom, which is 32. So this is 20, this is 28.8, and this is 32. Let's add it up. 20 plus 28.8 plus 32. I'm getting 80.8. We need our unit, feet squared. How many more we got? Just last one. Awesome. So Shira built a wooden sculpture and she wants to paint it. How much paint is she going to need? That's talking about area again. So do the bottom and you get 2 times 3, which is 6. Then you'll have to do base times height, divide by 2. 2 times 10 divided by 2 be 20 divided by 2, which is 10 for the top and bottom. Then for the left and right, the space is 3. You'll take 3 times 9.9, divide by 2. That's definitely a calculator problem. Type it in, and you get 14.85 for the left and the right. Add them all up. I have 2 times 14.85 plus 2 times 10, which we know that's 20, plus the bottom, which is 6. So 2 times 14.85, that's 29.7. Oh, my battery just went dead. 29.7 plus 20 plus 6, and this is the last question, and the answer is 55.7. So that would be your second choice. I can't circle it with my without my slate, but that's the answer, and that's it for this video.